Hi everyone, my name is Wei Ying. I'm currently studying electrical power engineering at Uniten, Putrajaya. This is an individual assignment for the subject Moral and Civil Society 2. In this video, I'm going to share about electric shock and what do we do if it occurs. I would like to proceed with an introduction on electric power system to get the idea on how we get electricity in our homes. Electric power system can be defined as a network of electrical components that use to supply, transfer, and consume electric power. The supply is done through some forms of generation like power plant, and the transfer is done through transmission and distribution system along the transmission line. For the consumption, it can be done through residential applications such as powering the lights or air conditioning in our homes. An example of a power system is the electrical grid that provides power to home and industry within an extended area. The electrical grid can be broadly divided into generators that supply the power, the transmission system that carries the power from generating centers to the load centers, and the distribution system that feeds the power to nearby homes and industries. This is the structure of power system. Over here, we have power plant that produces electrical energy at a low voltage level. One of the reasons that we keep the generation voltage at a low level is it creates fewer stresses on the armature of the alternator. So, at low voltage generation, we can construct a smaller alternator with thinner and lighter insulation. For stepping up system voltage, we use step-up transformers and their associated protections, as well as operation management at the generating station, which we call this a generation substation. At the end of transmission line, we have to step down the transmission voltage to a lower level for secondary transmission and distribution. Here we use step-down transformers to step down the voltage to low voltage level in order to distribute at the consumer premises. Next is our main topic, electric shock. Electric shock happens when our bodies conduct electricity or any part of your body meets live electricity and electric current flows through the tissues. Sometimes people call it as electrocution. Depending on the severity, injuries can include burns to the skin as well as internal tissues, and electrical interference or damage to the heart, which could cause the heart to stop or beat erratically. Next, what causes electric shock? Some causes of electric shock include faulty appliances, damage of frayed cords, extension cords that in contact with water, down power lines, and lightning strikes. There are also few symptoms of electric shock, such as unconsciousness, difficulties in breathing or no breathing at all, weak and erratic pulse, burns particularly at the place where the electricity entered and left the body, and cardiac arrest. It is important to know some first aid steps when electric shock happens. We have to make sure the injured person and others around are safe. Secondly, try to switch off or disconnect the power supply. Do not touch the person until the power supply is turned on. And if the power supply cannot be switched off, try to remove the person without touching them directly. You may use something that is dry and does not conduct electricity. And it is necessary to follow the DRSA BCD method to check the injured person's response and breathing. Lastly, call 999 for ambulance. So this is the last part of the video. Here are some safety tips around home to reduce the risk of electric shock. We are not encouraged to do our own electrical work, such as changing power points or switches. Always hire a licensed electrician for any electrical work. Do not use extension leads if the cords are damaged. Always keep electrical appliances away from wet areas. Have safety switches installed by an electrician and only purchase the portable power boards with built-in safety switches. If there are children at home, safety plugs need to be inserted into unused power points to avoid children from playing with it. Lastly, hire a registered electrician to check household wiring, especially for house that is more than 30 years. And that's all for this video. Thank you for watching it, and appreciate if you like the video, as the number of likes will affect my final grade for the subject. Have a good day, everyone.